Thank you for taking time out of your day and welcome to another episode of Words of Life. I hope and pray that you are well. Thank you for setting aside time to open up God's Word and focus in on what His will is for us. And I pray that you are setting aside regular times each and every day to study and seek to understand who God is, what He has instructed us in His Word, seeking to understand and do what He commands us to do. What I want us to focus in on today is a passage from the book of Psalms, Psalm 25 specifically. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching now, that spend some time in the Psalms, or reflect, meditate, and try to, if possible, imagine how, in this particular Psalm specifically, David in his mindset, and reflect on just the words, the beauty of the language that he's used, how in the circumstances that David found himself in, quite often for a period where he still offered up praise, worship. He did that quite often, even when he was going through significant trial. And that is just a great example for us. And when we find ourselves even in what it appears to be quite frankly, a dark, a period of darkness where just things are just being hammered in every direction. Still, we should seek the Lord in all situations. And in this particular passage, actually, there's a couple of verses I learned as a little child, and when I read it, it was in the form of a song, which is appropriate because Psalms are songs, and they can be prayers as well. And it's just a good way for me to remember, but I'm glad I could still remember it from so many years ago. And the verses 4 and 5 should bring a smile to our face. And we're only going to read verses 1 through 7 and just make a few remarks once we finish reading them. But beginning in Psalm 25, verse 1, to you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. O my God, in you I trust. Do not let me ashamed. Do not let my enemies exalt over me. Indeed, none of those who wait for you will be ashamed. Those who deal treacherously without cause will be ashamed. Make me know your ways, O Lord. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. For you I wait all the day. Remember, O Lord, your compassion and your loving kindness, for they have been from old. Do not remember the sins of my youth or my transgressions. According to your loving kindness, remember me. For your goodness' sake, O Lord. I mean, it's just, again, so beautiful that this is written, and how wonderful it is to have been inspired to write such wonderful words and encouraging words. David expressed that he put his complete trust and faith in the Lord, and that he implores the Lord, do not let those who were against him be triumphant, that they won't triumph over him. And that those like himself who put their trust in the Lord and wait on the Lord will not be put ashamed. And that still is today, very much applicable. It's amazing that thousands of years ago, when was written, it's still so applicable for us today. And the verses that I had mentioned that I had learned is what David expressed, that his desire to know the Lord, and that should be our desire, to know how to walk, how to do with what he's instructed, God has instructed us. May we know his truth, the only truth, and that salvation is only found in God, as David understood that that was the only way that he could survive, that he was willing to always wait on the Lord as he was writing this. And he implores the Lord, don't remember those sins that he had transgressed against the Lord. Elsewhere, especially in Psalm 51, said, only you that I have sinned against. And he ends this section, for your sake, O Lord. I mean, and because he is good. And imploring, as I mentioned, just begging the Lord for his holiness, that he would remember not those things that he had transgressed or sinned against the Lord. So it's just a beautiful thing, and just that asking to be remembered. And may we ask the Lord to remember us. And I pray that we can seek the Lord, and that we can ask him to keep us in his loving arms. And I pray that we are seeking to know him and to do his will each and every day. So thank you, as always, for setting aside some time to tune in. But most importantly, I pray that we are meditating on the word of the Lord. So until next time, may God bless you and take care.